Hi, Dream Achievers. How's it going? I really wanted to do this quick video because I was just thinking about something here. Whenever you start your business, right, you've got this idea or skill or expertise or story or passion that you want to transform into a business, right? So whether you want to get into coaching, you want to teach people, you want to consult, stuff like that. And then once you get started, one of the most common sticking points is trying to figure out the product, right? Like, okay, so I want to coach people. So am I going to write a book? Am I going to create a program? And what am I going to do? So I wanted to talk to you about that just to help with clarity and just so you can keep moving forward and maintain the momentum. So I'm going to be writing this down because I'm thinking about it. So there are four ways you can divide your products, okay? There's a product focused, there's client focused, there's member focused, and there's event focused. Okay. So when we're talking about product, when we talk about product focused, we're talking about things like writing a book, right? So whether it's an ebook, whether the physical book, or online classes, right? Like a digital program. So that's product focused. And then when we're talking about client focused, this is like when you're doing like private consulting, you're doing coaching, you're doing group coaching, you're doing masterminds. That would fall in the client focused. And when we're talking about member focused, it's like having a Facebook group, right? So some people have a paid Facebook group. So it's like having a community or like having a membership site, almost like a Netflix where you're paying monthly for whatever you're getting. So that's number three. And then event focused, we're talking about workshop, in-person workshops, when people have those conferences, when people have boot camps where you physically have to be there. So what I suggest, or really what has worked for me, is when you have those four, right? So we know that those four options, it's always a good idea to start with one. But more importantly, what I want to talk about today is building a framework. Okay. So the first thing you want to do before you even decide if you're going to do events or products or membership or one-on-one coaching or whatever, you want a framework. Essentially, what the framework does is it builds a journey for your client. And let me share something. Let me share my screen here so I can make my point. All right, I hope you can see that. So when we're mapping the journey, if you've seen the other video, it talks about identifying your market and identifying your client. When you identify your client, it means you're clear with where they are in terms of their problem. You're clear with what needs to be fixed, right? What are they trying to get? So we know where they are right now, which is the current right here. And the end goal is the results, right? Where are they trying to go? So the first thing you want to do is create that framework, a unique framework that's to you, unique to you. That's where people make up words, they make up all kinds of stuff here because you are building this, right? It's going to be unique to you. It's going to be identified with you. And that's where you'll be able to put in your story and all that other stuff. But that's not important right now. Right now, we're just worried about these milestones, right? And what I mean here is, so you want to think like this. My client is here where they want to lose weight, right? So they're in a place where they're just feeling unhealthy, they're feeling no energy, they want to lose 50 pounds, they don't have confidence. That's where they are right now. And I want to take them to a place where they reach their ideal weight, they feel confident, they feel healthy, they have energy, right? That's where I'm trying to take them. So how do I get them there? Through logical steps, right? So milestone one, what's the first thing, right, that I want them to learn or to know so that we can move from here and go to the next step? And then what's the next step after that? And then what's after that? Generally 3 to 5 milestones. I mean, of course, it can be as many as you want. But what I've seen is 3 to 5. So once you identify that, now you have a milestone and now you have a framework and you name these different milestones. Now, here's the beauty of that. once you have that and you know it works, that it takes them from here to there, once you have that framework, that can become your book, right? Those milestones can become the chapters in your book. That can become your program, your digital program. Those milestones can become the modules. That can become what you will talk about in your masterminds, right? You will have maybe you speak about every chapter or module, right? Do you see? Now we're going back to all those products where you have the product focused, right? The client focused. And even when you're coaching one-on-one, you're able to figure out where your client is. They might start from milestone 2. Maybe they already have milestone 1 done. So you just follow the same framework, right? So essentially you're creating a framework and then transforming that to be whatever, whether it's consulting, right, whether it's product focused, where we're having you writing a book and creating a program, whether it's membership focused, where you have a Facebook community where you're talking about those different things that you have in those modules, right? I don't want to get into the details of creating because I don't want that to overwhelm. So the goal here is to just sit there and say, okay, my client is here. You're very clear on where they are. You're very clear on where they want to go. How do I get them there? And then you map out that journey, right? So for instance, if I say my client is here where they've got this idea, they want to create this business, but they're so overwhelmed and they don't know, they're so overwhelmed and not sure where to start because they want to create a business and this is what they want to do. So I would say the first milestone would be clarity, right? And then I would teach them on getting clear on their market, getting clear on the ideal client. Do you see? So the first milestone is clarity. And then there'll be a second milestone, which is creating the framework, which is then there's a third milestone. Do you see where I'm going with that? That gradually takes them to where they want to go. So if you're in that space where you're thinking, okay, now that I have this idea, I know my market, I know my ideal client, what am I going to teach them exactly? Am I going to get them, am I going to write a book? Start with your framework, and that framework can become anything that you want it to be. So let's go get that framework done. And and we'll get more detail. We'll get more into details and naming it and making it different and all that stuff. But yeah, let's get going. So I will see you on the other side. I wanted to really just make this quick video. So I hope I wasn't speaking too fast because I'm like so excited about this. It came to me and I'm like, let me record it and share it with my dream achievers. Okay, so I will talk to you soon. Yeah, catch you later.